Imagine I told you that you could only love one of your friends, or that you could only love one of your siblings, or one of your parents. Sounds pretty preposterous, right? And yet, this is the expectation that we hold for our romantic relationships. I mean, how many times have we seen people be hurt by this idea that loving more than one person is a betrayal? This talk is not about how idiotic monogamy is. I've seen plenty of relationships where everyone's needs are satisfied. And this talk is not about justifying infidelity. Lying and hurting to people is not okay. It's unhealthy, no matter how many people are involved. However, I'm of the belief that people are capable of immense care and love for each other. This talk is about a third door for people who feel their needs aren't being met, or people who feel that their love is being limited by these expectations. So, what is polyamory? Essentially, not monogamy. There's one rule, and it's that everyone agrees upon a certain set of rules or expectations for what this is going to look like. It can be 3 people in a relationship. It could be an open relationship. It could be any possible combination of people involved in some way or form. Anything really goes. I've been in polyamorous relationships for about 3 years now, and I can break down the reasons I've been attracted to it to 3 as well. Possession, enthusiasm, and needs. The first, possession. As someone raised woman, the idea of belonging to another person has never sat right with me. It wasn't until I considered the possibility of polyamory that I really felt free of that feeling. The second, enthusiasm. I just really like people. I can't help but be enthused at the prospect of meeting new people, and now I can engage with others without having this limit on how much I get to care for another person. The third, needs. I think we all agree that one person can't satisfy all of our needs. It's why we have friends alongside our significant others. I mean, for me, the prospect of having to satisfy one individual's needs at all times is absurd. And to expect one person to do the same for me is also absurd. It goes without saying that polyamory isn't exactly easy. It comes with hardships just like any other relationship, and every time I meet people who are in like non-traditional relationship structures, I take away something new. And so to pay it forward, just as people have taught me, I think the biggest thing that comes to mind when talking about polyamory is communication and pride and jealousy. Communication is important for any relationship, of any kind, in any space. It gets even more complicated when more people are involved. We've all done group projects before. And yet, in the end, usually it's not communication that's the real problem. It's pride and it's jealousy that get in the way. It takes really laying down your pride to admit to someone that I feel insecure, that I feel jealous, that I feel uncomfortable, that I want something, or that I need something. It's a real challenge to overcome it. Personally, I remember when I first found this thing inside me that hated admitting that I cared more, or that I needed more. It was a thing that lashed out when it was jealous and hid behind I'm fines and shame. And I remember how viciously it kicked when I thought of just admitting to my partner that there was a limit to what I wanted our relationship to look like. I've learned to live with these things. I've learned to tame them, to be comfortable, to lay my pride down. And it's something that bleeds into all my relationships. It's something I carry with me when I talk to people, when I say these are the things that I need. And so, if I were to ask you guys to remember something about this talk, I could put it into 3 bullet points. 1, that polyamory is not cheating. Those are 2 separate things that boil down to honesty. 2, that monogamy is not the only way to love another person. And 3, being able to lay down your pride and speak up for your own needs is something that's important. regardless of the context. Thank you very much.